In this video, we are unlocking the secrets to getting the absolute best results from ChatGPT. I will be sharing 25 expert tips and tricks to help both beginners and power users to get the most out of ChatGPT, including the task feature. Let's jump right in. Let's start with the basics. Tip number 1 is all about crafting the perfect prompt, and it is simpler than you might think. It all comes down to a clear structure and understanding the key components. Instead of just throwing a simple command at ChatGPT like write a poem, we can actually use a simple formula to drastically improve the output. This formula has 6 main components and it starts with the task. So let's look at the comparison. We have a basic prompt, just the task like write a poem. As you can see, we get a very generic poem. It is okay, but it's nothing special and it lacks a lot of character. Let's add some context, the task, our intent, and the format we want the response to be in. We can start with the task using an action verb like give, generate, write, or analyze. Then let's include some more details like you are a Shakespearean poet, write a poem about the changing of the seasons, in a dramatic tone using iambic pentameter. So do you notice the difference? By adding the right context, persona, and format, we get a way better output. This formula will act as your checklist when writing your prompts. Task, context, exemplars, persona, format, and tone. Now, every prompt needs all of these 6 components, but using the checklist will ensure that you are giving just enough information to get an effective output. Sometimes it takes a bit more back and forth to get the best results from your prompt. Follow-up questions are key to refining the output and getting exactly what you need. There are several different kinds of follow-up questions you can use on ChatGPT. So I'm going to type to give me a shorter step-by-step guide on email marketing. And here I have a list of 7 steps. Now I don't have to read that whole long thing before. You can also ask it to reformat the output just in case the initial response isn't what you need. And again, going back to the chat and just type in your prompt. I'm going to ask for a table this time with some particular information that I want to see on there. And there you go. Now I have the entire thing organized in a table that is super easy to understand and fast to read. Remember that you can also give follow-up commands as well as questions. For example, you can ask ChatGPT to organize a list or summarize an article. Okay, now we know how to craft a great prompt and we've seen how important it is to have a clear structure. But what if you need to quickly find a previous conversation or move through the chat interface more efficiently? So if you know you've had a conversation but you cannot remember the title, you can use the search bar in the top left or use a shortcut. On Mac, press Command K, on Windows, Control K. Then type in a keyword related to the chat you're looking for, and this will display titles and snippets, making it much easier to find that conversation. Now let's move on to keyboard shortcuts. These are a game changer when it comes to streamlining your workflow. To see the full list of shortcuts, just press Command / on Mac or Control / on Windows. For example, press Command / O to open up a new chat and Command / C to copy the last response. A shortcut that actually isn't on the list is / within the chat, and you will get a list of actions to generate an image, search the web, or use the reasoning model. These shortcuts can save you time and make it easier to focus on your task. But what if you need to chat about something sensitive without it being saved to your chat history? Temporary chats can keep your conversations private and ensure that sensitive data isn't stored. You can also use them if you want to chat about something once and don't want it to be saved in your history. It's like an incognito mode for ChatGPT. To start a temporary chat, just go to the model list and click Temporary Chat. So any conversations you have in this mode will not be saved to your chat history, and OpenAI will not use this information to train its models. This means you can discuss confidential project details, brainstorm ideas, or handle sensitive information without worrying about it being stored or affecting future responses. ChatGPT isn't just limited to plain text. You can actually have it respond in a variety of different formats. You can ask for responses in tables, numbered lists, bullet points, comma-separated values, and even code. That way you can take the information from ChatGPT and directly use it in other programs or documents without having to spend time reformatting. This is super helpful if you want to transform a block of text into a more structured format. The custom instructions feature allows you to further personalize your experience with ChatGPT, making it even more tailored to your needs. There are 2 main fields you can fill out. This first one is all about you. This is where you would add context about your background, preferences, and other specific needs. The second field is where you would put in actual instructions for how you would want ChatGPT to behave. For example, I have take a forward-thinking view, tell it like it is, don't sugarcoat your responses, be innovative and think outside the box, always be respectful, use an encouraging tone. If you find anything that annoys you about ChatGPT's responses, this would be the place to adjust it. And don't forget to click on the Advanced button right here and click on all of the ChatGPT capabilities. And of course, enable them for new chats just so the features become available. Over time, ChatGPT can collect a lot of information from your chats, which it stores in its memory. This is usually a good thing as it allows the AI to remember context and provide better answers. However, sometimes this memory can become cluttered or contain conflicting information, which then can lead the AI to give you responses that are a little bit off track. To clear ChatGPT's memory, you simply go to Settings, then click on Personalization, and then select Clear ChatGPT's memory. If you ever feel like ChatGPT isn't really making much sense or getting repetitive, this is a great thing to try. A fun and effective way to get more creative and tailored responses is to assign roles to ChatGPT. To assign a role, you simply start your prompt with Act As, followed by the persona you want it to adapt. You can ask it to act as a human resource director to get advice on developing an onboarding program for new employees. Or you can assign it the role of Jack Sparrow to create a travel guide for the Caribbean. The possibilities are truly endless, and this is an excellent way to get some new insights or try something fun with the AI. If you're short on time, ChatGPT is incredibly good at summarizing all sorts of content. You can use it to condense long articles, documents, and even YouTube videos into a few key sentences or bullet points. Here I have a link to a long article that I wanted to read, but instead I will paste it into ChatGPT and use TLDR, which means too long to read. And then I will ask it to summarize it in a couple of sentences. And voila! This is great when you need the key takeaways without having to read through all of the details. When you ask ChatGPT to explain something to a child, it will break down complex information into much more basic and easy to understand terms. I do this when I'm struggling with a difficult concept or I need to explain something to someone who is not familiar with the topic. You can use it to understand complex scientific theories, difficult historical events, and even complicated work processes. You can also experiment with different kinds of ages and ask ChatGPT, explain it to a 4-year-old, or depending on how simple you need the explanation to be. You can also use this technique to simplify and clarify your own writing. ChatGPT can be used for studying by gathering flashcards and quizzes on a wide range of topics. If you want to study a list of key terms or concepts, you can paste them into ChatGPT and ask it to generate flashcards or create a quiz. You can also ask it to quiz you on specific topics without providing the list of terms first. The flashcards usually present you with a question or prompt, and then you can test your memory before revealing the correct answer. With the quizzes, if you get an answer wrong, you can then ask ChatGPT to explain the correct answer. You can also have ChatGPT generate quizzes in specific formats such as multiple choices or fill in the blanks, or to quiz you with a certain format of question, such as giving you the description and having you answer with the correct term. If you're learning a new language, you can use it to test your knowledge on vocabulary and grammar. You can also use it to prepare yourself for a job interview by testing your knowledge on the company or the industry. The quizzes can be set up to give you a score or to give you feedback on any incorrect answers. ChatGPT can change both the tone and the style of your writing. Tone refers to the overall feeling or attitude of your text, such as formal, informal, humorous, serious, or angry. Style refers to a way that the writing is expressed, and this can include things like using a voice of a particular character or celebrity or any other type of persona. So let's say something like, "Hey, what's up? I wanted to let you know that next month I will be on a vacation for a week and won't be working like at all. So if you need me, just shoot over an email and I will respond once I'm back. Have a lit day and sayonara." And here we have the professional version of this email. As you can see, the message is still there, but now it's professional. If you're writing a creative piece, you can use ChatGPT to explore different styles to add a bit of personality to your writing. You can also use this technique to make your writing more engaging and persuasive by choosing the most appropriate tone and style for your message. While ChatGPT is a powerful tool, it is not 100% accurate. That's why it is essential to verify the information it provides. One of the ways to ensure the accuracy of the information from ChatGPT is by using multi-stepped prompts. For example, if you're asking it for historical information, ask it to cite sources, and then you can check these sources yourself. Another method is using the search feature within ChatGPT. If you ask it a question and you're unsure about the answer, you can then ask it to search for information online using the search feature and then provide you with the source. You can then check these sources yourself. What I like to do is ask ChatGPT to correct itself, but always remember that it is your responsibility to verify the information before you use it. One of the most impressive features of ChatGPT is its ability to understand and analyze not just text, but also images, audios, and videos. You can ask it to analyze charts, graphs, and diagrams, and ask to explain exactly what is happening. I find myself often not knowing how to use something or fix something at home, so I just take a picture and ask it for information. For example, you could upload a photo of a landmark and ask it what it is and where is it. Any math problem you can't solve? Well, just simply take a photo, upload it, and then get your results instantly. Of course, always check for accuracy just in case. This next feature is fantastic for making your interactions with ChatGPT even more natural and convenient. With voice mode, you can talk to ChatGPT just like you would with a real person, and it will talk back to you. I use it for when I'm taking notes, brainstorming, want to learn some Spanish, and when I want some quick answers to some questions I have. When was the term artificial intelligence first coined?
The term artificial intelligence was first coined in 1956 by John McCarthy during the Dartmouth Conference, which is considered the founding event of AI as a field.
In short, tell me about one cool AI project happening right now.
One cool AI project right now is OpenAI's DALL-E, which can generate incredibly detailed and creative images from text descriptions. It's like having a digital artist that brings your words to life, and it has a lot of potential applications in creative fields.
Nice self-promo. It's particularly useful as a hands-free option for when you're multitasking or when your hands are otherwise occupied. The canvas is like having a separate workspace within ChatGPT where you can create and edit your content without disrupting an ongoing chat. You can use it to write or edit scripts, debug code, or refine your work with real-time feedback. For example, I am working on this script and I will ask it to check for accuracy, add analogies, and make changes directly within Canvas. It also provides a very useful way to review and enhance code, flagging any potential issues and helping you keep your syntax clean and organized. Now I want to show you how to work with images and specifically how to upscale them. This is an incredibly useful yet often overlooked feature. My preferred way to access the image generation feature is to go to the toolbox and click the picture with DALL-E button. From there, I will give it a simple prompt, something like generate an image of dogs playing in a park. DALL-E is not my preferred image generator because of the style, but sometimes it does do a very good job with simple images. Now, if you click on the information button of the image, it will give you a full detailed prompt. Besides that, you can also click on the select button and then in Paint to remove elements or change them in the prompt. For me, the game changer is the upscaling technique. I will upload it directly into ChatGPT and write this prompt. From there, I can also remove some elements and change some colors with the in-paint prompt features. I like it that I can do all of that in ChatGPT. You can upload whole datasets such as spreadsheets and text files directly into ChatGPT, and it will perform a variety of tasks like find patterns and trends, perform calculations, and visualize data using charts and graphs, making it easier to understand and interpret. For example, I have this flower care guide spreadsheet on different flowers and how to take care of them. I can ask ChatGPT to break it down and explain it to me. You can also use it to analyze financial statements or to find the relationship between different sets of data. And the best thing is the data visualization. I will just ask it to visualize the data in different formats. And it gives me all of these different types. I mean, we have bar charts, we have pie charts, you name it. You can also make it interactive and change colors. Visualizing data has never been easier. You can think of custom GPTs as specialized apps, each designed for specific behaviors and tasks. If you have a specific task in mind, you can explore the GPT store to see if someone has already created a GPT that will meet your needs. You can find custom GPTs that will help with coding tasks, content creation, research, and ones that can assist with writing articles and stories, or even generating ideas and learning languages. If you can't find a GPT that does a specific task that you need, you can also create your own custom GPT by giving very detailed instructions on what is it that you need. You can add your needed GPT to the sidebar like this, so that it is always available when you need it. The project feature keeps your chats organized and connected, which is very useful if you are working on a specific task that requires multiple chats. It's really helpful if you need to maintain consistent context across many chats. Then when you start a new chat within the project, all of the information is immediately available. You don't have to keep repeating the same instructions or re-upload the same files each time you want to start a new chat. You can save your chat history within a project, which means that you can easily return to a previous conversation and continue working on the same task without losing any information. One of the most impressive things about ChatGPT is its ability to create highly personalized plans based on your specific needs and circumstances. By inputting a few parameters such as your goals, time constraints, and your personal preferences, ChatGPT can create a custom plan that is designed to help you achieve your specific objectives. This means that the plans you get are much more likely to work for you than a generic plan that doesn't take your personal circumstances into account. For example, you can ask to create a custom workout plan based on your current fitness level, your goals, and the equipment that you have available. You can also use it to create a personalized diet plan based on your dietary requirements, your preferences, or any health conditions you might have. Give it more specific metrics about yourself, such as your age, weight, and height, as well as your previous experience, and this will enable you to create even more tailored plans. In short, whatever you're trying to achieve, ChatGPT can create a plan to help you get there. Now let's dive into ChatGPT's exciting update, ChatGPT Tasks. This feature has the potential to turn ChatGPT into a 24/7 productivity machine, helping you automate a wide range of tasks and save you a huge amount of time. For example, you can schedule to track your competitors by asking to research their latest activities and content on a regular basis. You can also use it to write content for your blog or social media by just putting in your prompt. And this way, you would be scheduling a prompt to generate new articles or posts while you're focusing on other things. It's also great for creating any type of personal plans. You can set the timer and frequency, and ChatGPT will do the work for you automatically. Think of the time you could save by having ChatGPT perform these tasks automatically. With ChatGPT Tasks, you're not just limited to one-off actions. You can actually set up tasks to repeat at different intervals. I am, for example, learning Spanish, so I have created a task that recurs every day as a reminder to practice my Spanish. Hola, ¿cómo estás? Or you can set up tasks that recur every week, such as weekly reports on the weather for the week. The process is the same as for one-off tasks. You just select whether you want the task to repeat and how often you want it to repeat. It's a great way to stay organized, make sure you get important tasks done, and build positive habits. Finally, ChatGPT Tasks can be a powerful tool for news monitoring. I have asked it to provide me with a daily briefing on AI news, and then I usually ask for a summary of the news so I can quickly get to the most important information. Or you can ask follow-up questions, which is usually not possible in a normal news media outlet. I've also started to incorporate this in my schedule by setting it up to give me reminders about appointments and birthdays. You can also use this feature for your computer for desktop notifications and on your phone for mobile notifications. And there you have 25 tips to transform the way you use AI. We have covered a lot of ground, from crafting the perfect prompt to making the most out of the new ChatGPT Tasks feature. The ChatGPT subscription also includes access to the new OpenAI video generator Sora, which we have a full deep dive video on, and you should totally check it out if you want to learn more. Let us know in the comments which ChatGPT hacks are you using, and thank you for watching.